Hashtag me, kill me if I'm lying, bitch. It's Mr. Southside Chronicles, 2300 block. Get that bad production, man. What up, man? I got to do it on this good Monday morning. You know what I'm talking about? It's a blessed Monday, you know what I'm saying? I hope everybody doing their little thing and, you know, everything is well or whatnot. You know what I mean? I know they like, God damn, here you go again. Kill me if I'm lying, bitch. But for real though, you know, this is Mr. Southside Chronicles 2300 block, and this is a facts of life moment. You know what I'm talking about, and this is the story of Donna Wayne Eli story. This is the Donna Wayne Eli story, for real. The Donna Wayne Eli story. The W that trouble do. I can hear him not talk about, man, quit saying that old pussy ass shit, man. Because he was trying to get out of that name, you know what I mean? Some names you can't run from, though, you know what I'm talking about? You feel me? And old South Baton Rouge, you know, that bottom and lost a lot of legends, you know what I'm talking about? I know everybody done already heard about the DW incident on how he died and everything, you know what I'm saying? But this is the DW story coming from Mr. Southside Chronicles, and I want you all to know his history and on how he lived his life, you know what I'm talking about. And he wanted to change his life. He wanted good for everybody, you know what I'm talking about. But I ain't gonna lie, you know, before we get off into that, you know what I mean, I'ma just go ahead and go back to that night, June the 29th, when he got killed, you know what I'm talking about. Police identified a man who was killed Thursday night while leaving a corner store on East Polk Street in Thomas Delpit. As 37-year-old Donna Wayne Eli had left Thomas Grocery and was walking to his white pickup truck around 8:30 p.m. when his cousin Keisha Jackson heard gunshots. She said she thought at first, this is what she said. She said she thought the first shot was a balloon popping. You know what I'm talking about? She maybe thought it was a balloon release or something, you know what I'm saying? Or something, you know, whatever the case may be. But soon realized it was gunfire and that her cousin was on the ground fatally shot. So she quickly called the police. Sergeant L. Gene McNeely, Baton Rouge police spokesman, confirmed the man as Eli on Friday. More than a dozen Baton Rouge police officers was on the scene until late into the night. As nearly 100 people gathered on the corner, McNeely said Eli was shot multiple times and died on the scene. Investigators do not know the motive of the shooter. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? Shit real, you know what I'm saying? It's just a little to inform you what happened, you know what I'm saying, down there in that bottom on June 29th by Thomas Stowe, you know what I'm talking about. Jackson and Eli's older sister, Sheikah Singleton, said they were told that another man was in the hospital after he was shot in the leg during the incident, but they did not know what happened. They added that the corner store had video cameras and they hoped that they captured what happened. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? Jackson and Singleton said Eli was the father of a young teenage boy who was on the honor roll at McKinley High School. They said that they both admired Eli for the way he raised his son and kept him on a good path. Jackson added that Eli didn't bother anyone and was a good person. Hey, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. DW wasn't your ordinary person. He wasn't all right. You know, we go get that shit out in the clear right now. We already know DW wasn't all right. If you knew DW, if you knew DW, you knew one thing. He wasn't all right, man. And I ain't gonna lie, man, he was a real good friend to me, man. That was my brother, man. They wasn't blood brothers, but that was my brother, man. Always had my back, man. I always tried to have his back, you know what I'm talking about. I remember when they came, I remember, you know, Quads of Kelp. I'm gonna talk that real shit, you know what I'm saying? It's that untold story of the DW story. I remember when, you know, shit, when it came down the line and when it came out in public that they had a $10,000 hit on his head. You know what I'm talking about? Then that shit came to me. I told my partner, man. I told DW. I said, man, they trying to get you. But see, a lot of people just think that's the first time, man. Man, DW, Donna Wayne Eli was hard to kill, man. You know what I mean? You know, from what the streets say and from what the streets saying and from what I heard through the grapevine and what the streets saying, you know, he might have got shot because of some shit that happened back in 2008. But, man, DW had got hit up and hit at about 3 times. You know what I'm talking about? He got shot in 2008 on McKinley Street. You know what I'm talking about? When they was trying to pronounce he was dead and everything. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, DW, every time DW got shot, he brought hundreds of people. A crowd came out. You know what I'm talking about? A crowd came out. I remember Doughboy. I can remember Doughboy up there at the hospital when they was trying to pronounce DW dead, DW dead. Quit saying that motherfucking shit. Doughboy said that out of his mouth. He come out the emergency room at the late of the lake before they built all that new shit and that ramp and everything was over there and said, man, quit saying that shit, man. The man ain't dead, you know. They were pronouncing he dead then. And they was supposed to say that DW wasn't never supposed to walk again, man. DW was a strong character, man. Good-hearted person, man. DW started walking. He might have walked with a limp. But shit, out the gate, man, DW started walking, man. Shout out to Dodo, man. Shout out to Dodo, man. Man, you heard me? I feel you, my boy, man. Man, used to go up there and see old DW, man. And, you know, I go tickle his feet and shit. Because I knew he couldn't do nothing, talk shit. Be like, man, throw that pussy and shit. You know, but he had lived, you know. He had escaped death, man, quite a few times, you know what I mean? Because the Lord wasn't ready for you. But when God is ready for you, you know what I'm saying? God is ready for you, because I know people that got shot in the head and still living. You know what I'm talking about? You know, shit, the Chicago, the Vice Lord gang leader out there in Chicago, you know what I'm talking about? He got shot in the head but still living. You know what I'm talking about? So when you lay up there, you speak up on DW name, I want you to put some motherfucking respect on that man's name, because he wasn't pussy. You go get me or find me a motherfucker to say that he was pussy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to take you to, if you go get me another motherfucker that's not hating and just got some hoe ass shit to say about that man and say he was pussy, I'm going to go show you where a pot of gold at the end of the motherfucking rainbow, goddamn it. Kill me if I'm lying, biatch. Because DW, man, he was hated by many, loved by few, you know what I'm saying? And then he got hated by many on some shit that he was supposed to so-called and been and did or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? You know, that's another story. The streets know what the streets is. It's just a story of DW. And see, DW problem was that he wanted everybody he wanted certain people that he fucked with to like him. He wanted them to, you know, he looked up to them, you know, like T-Ray, you know, Doughboy and shit, man. I ain't lying, he loved Doughboy to death, man. Doughboy loved DW to death. I don't care what nobody say, you feel me? You know, if you got some whole ass shit to talk about, you feel like ain't nobody stepped up on that situation and shit and want to say some old pussy ass shit about Doughboy. Doughboy loved the DW. And DW loved Doughboy. You know what I'm talking about? That was his friend. That was his partner. That was his brother. They loved each other. They might have not been blood brothers, but they was their blood brother. That was his blood brother. Miss Harris loved the DW the same way that DW mama loved the Doughboy. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Doughboy came across that river, but Doughboy that's outside. Doughboy that's outside. So can't nobody speak up on their relationship, on how that man feel or how that man took that. You know what I'm talking about? At the end of the day, yeah, at this time, Doughboy had 3 girls to raise too. You feel me? So shit, stop playing, you know. And Doughboy ain't the type of person that want his business all out in the public like that on what he do. You think if I wanted to live there and step on that or do some revenge on that or whatever the case may be, you think I want my business out there like that? You know what I'm talking about? And I'm only speaking on facts of what's in the media and what's in the newspaper, you know what I'm talking about, and shit like that, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, DW was a loving person, man. DW cared about people. He cared about what people think. He loved his children. You know what I'm saying? He had what? 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to say 4 kids. One of his sons had died. His second, not his oldest son, but his son that he had from another young lady. I care not to speak on her name or whatever, you know. I care not to speak up on her name, but he had a little boy, you know, and the son ended up passing away. You know what I'm talking about? She know who she is. Shout out to you, baby. You know what it is. You make sure you go check this out, you know, because Mr. Southside Chronicles going to speak the real. But this the DW story, man. And DW was a good person, man. He had a good heart, man. He'll help you out, man. Even if he didn't know you, he'll help you out, man. But he ain't take no shit and he wasn't all right. That's just who he was, you know. He might walk around every day. You might see a look on his face and you think he just mad at the world. He just don't fuck with you. You know what I'm talking about? You know, he end up in the ground and he end up dead now for taking up for certain people. You know what I'm talking about? You know, a lot of his cousins ain't even built like him. They pussy. A lot of his cousins, you know who you are, you know what I'm saying? If the shoe fit well, you know you pussy. Or go run and tell it ass motherfucker, you know what I'm talking about? You know, the only cousin that I could say that I knew of DW cousin that I could say and I could speak up on and say was a straight up and took out his bloodline, DW bloodline. I ain't talking about that Beverly shit. I ain't talking about that Banks shit. I ain't talking about none of that old stupid dumb ass shit. You know what I'm talking about? But the only one that was the Varese. If I'm saying it right, oh well, you heard me. But Bucko, the only cousin that I know that took out for him that was solid like DW, you know, and got that little trend of some being a real person. Because he always used to have Bucko with him. Used to let Bucko drive the truck and everything, you know. But, you know, he loved the Bucko, you feel me? He tried to look out for other people too, you know what I mean? But they always crossing, you know. Shout out to rest in peace, Mike Key. You know, he loved the Mike Key, you know. Everybody know DW, man, but he always had people that kind of stabbed him in the back or kind of, you know, fucked over him a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Fucked over him a little bit because he was putting his all on him, looking out for you because he had a good heart, man. If he fucked with you, he had a good heart and he was loyal. He gonna ride or die for you, you feel me? And that what got him killed, you know what I'm talking about? You heard me? Sometimes we do things in life, bro, that we shouldn't lay up there and put ourselves in certain situations, but who doesn't? You know what I'm saying? You name me, you name me, and you go out there and you show me a motherfucker that's perfect. You ain't God, ain't now one of you motherfuckers in this world motherfucking perfect. So when we speak up on down the Wayne Eli name, we gonna represent and remember him as a motherfucking legend, man, because that man was a stand-up motherfucker, man. You heard me? And I'm saying that. Kill me if I'm lying, bitch. Anybody got a motherfucking problem with what I'm fucking saying? Oh, well. You know what I'm talking about? I miss that man, bro. You don't make them like DW no more. All you motherfuckers, man, they got too many people trying to, you know, invitations of DW, but not really DW, you know what I'm saying? That boy was solid to the motherfucking bone gristle, you know what I'm talking about? Everybody make mistakes. Everybody that went down a part of life where, you know, sometimes, you know, we done did things that we wasn't proud of. You know what I'm talking about? But to say about him and Dope Boy for a motherfucker that's speaking up on felt like he was supposed to handle that or whatever, and Dope Boy ain't shit, man. That man loved the loved the Dope Boy, and he wouldn't have expected it no other way. He loved his kids. He loved his family, you know what I'm saying? He loved Miss D. He used to look at Miss D as mama, even though his mama, who his mother was, he loved his mama, Corey and all them, Sheikah, you know what I'm talking about? His little baby sister that went out to college, you know what I'm talking about? He loved them, you know what I mean? He tried to help all of them. Even when that man ain't even had the money like that, when a lot of people thought he was up. Man, DW ain't had no money like talk about, but DW made it look good, you know what I'm saying? And he made it happen because of who he was. And if he fuck with you before he let you deal with that situation on not knowing what you gonna do, he was gonna help you. That's what down the Wayne Eli. You know what I mean? So when you speak up on that man name and you won't know the whole true story, man, let me tell you something, man. One of my peers came and got DW out the house June the 29th, man. A lot of people don't even know. He wasn't even supposed to be taking that person to the store. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm only out of respect, I'm not going to say the person's name, but if you know the story, you know who the fuck I'm talking about. He wasn't going to take that person to the store. He tried to get Wicked Wanda to live there and take my peer to the store, you know what I'm saying? And the only reason I'm not saying the other peer name because I'm not talking about I fuck with the man. I don't want nobody to think I'm take shit and try to twist shit up or saying Mr. Southside Chronicle said this and he said that. Wanda was supposed to take DW to the store that night, you know what I'm talking about? But unfortunately, she wasn't able to be found or he couldn't even get in touch with her, you know what I'm talking about? You know, the quiet as kept, I could have lost my life that night. My birthday was on the 26th of June. You feel me? And when I talked to DW, he called me the 29th early that morning. We were together all up until that time he died. I just ain't get in the car. And the only reason I ain't get in the car because I was up under the weather. But the Lord had other plans for me. I just feel like the Lord had other plans for me, because if I wouldn't have been up under that weather, I would have been in that car. And who knows whoever shot him or who they say may shot him would have let me live. You feel me? It might not even been, I might not even be still living, you know what I mean? They might have took me out too, you know what I'm talking about? Who knows, you know what I'm saying? On how they say he came coming out the store and somebody come up on the side of the street, however it was said up in the police reports and shit or whatever, you heard me? You know. It might have been my life, so I thank God. I thank God. I thank God for, you know, the opportunity of knowing him. I thank God that DW was a person that came in my life. DW used to call me Seabiscuit. A lot of people don't know who Seabiscuit was. Seabiscuit was the underdog, was a horse, a motherfucking race horse that was the underdog who made it to the top. So by me dropping this DW story, I know that he would approve of it. I know that he'll be like, man, do your thing. Tell the motherfucking truth, Seabiscuit. Tell the truth, Seabiscuit. Let them know about my life. Let them know how I was real. You know what I'm saying? See, Dope Boy, I swear to God, he wanted to please Dope Boy so bad, man. You know what I mean? You heard me, because he valued how Dope Boy could think and how Dope Boy lived his life, man. Dope Boy seen better, so he wanted that too, you know. Dope Boy had a old lady that he loved and had his back. DW wanted that too, man. But like I say, we all got different shoes we could walk. I can't live how Dope Boy might live. You feel me? Dope Boy can't live how the fuck I could live, you know what I'm saying? But one thing about that man took care of his motherfucking people. That man take care of his family, and he raised his daddy's little girls. He raised his little girls the right thing. You know, but this is not about Dope Boy. It's about DW. You know. Well loved, man. Well loved, man. Loved by a few. Hated by many, man. And a lot of people just start hating on him for an incident that happened. You heard me, that they thought that he did. Or they might have thought that he laid up there and did, so his name came out that bad, you know, on some shit. You feel me? So, man, when you talk about DW, man, remember the good times of DW, man. DW died at 37 years old, man. I'm 40 years old now. You know what I'm saying? And then ain't a day go by that he ain't have my back. I remember I was working out there with Eddie Black way out there in Gonzales at Wendy's, man. That man to come ride all the way out there, man, to come get me every day. You know. Or if I needed him, he was there. You know what I'm talking about? You know, a lot of people played on his top. You know, he done took up for certain people that wouldn't take up for themselves. That's why I always speak up on shit. If you a person and that person don't take up for themselves, don't get in them people business. Let them people handle their own business. You know what I'm talking about? If a motherfucker come pull up on Mr. Southside Chronicles and check Mr. Southside Chronicles in them streets and he don't do nothing and he don't say nothing, and you with me, it ain't your place to jump in that shit. You know. You feel me? Because you might jump in that shit and get killed. You know what I'm saying? You know what them next motherfucker gonna be doing? That scary ass motherfucker gonna be doing? Sitting out, eating ice cream, Bluebell, homemade ice cream, the cream of the crop. Chilling like a motherfucking villain instead of smoking weed, you heard me? speaking bad about a nigga name. You know what I'm talking about? And all that shit. But I ain't planning on being too long, you know, on this video. I just wanted to give a real shout out to Sheikah, Corey, DW Mama, Miss Eli, you know what I'm talking about? You know, shout out to his brother, you know, his sisters and everything, man. The little baby girl, I hope college going good. Shout out to DJ, you know. I ain't seen you in a minute. I'm pretty sure, you know, it's 2008, it's 2023 right now, man. You a whole grown-ass man right now. From what I heard, you doing good, you know. You heard me? Yeah, man. See Tasha? Oh, Lord. He loved the Tasha to death, man. I ain't even gonna lie. Can't nobody tell him nothing about Tasha, you know. That was his baby there. You know, he had his other people he cared about, but Tasha, I don't lie, she had a whole, she had a whole hole on DW. I ain't gonna care. You know, and I'm not capping. Shout out to Tasha, you know what I'm saying? I'm not meaning no harm about talk about this, baby. You already know I know the truth, you heard me? But that boy loved you. That boy loved you. It couldn't be nothing. He couldn't see no wrong in Tasha, you heard me? He loved her. He loved her, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, you know, shout out to Tasha, you know, shout out to DJ, you heard me? This that DW Trouble Duke story, and like I said, I can hear him up here and talking shit right now, but I want you all to know that DW was a good person, man. You know, everybody might not make the right decisions in life, but DW did a lot of good. I can remember when I laid up there, I was fucking with some bitch, and I had, well, I ain't gonna even disrespect the girl like that and call her no bitch. I was messing with this girl, you know, and I ain't had the money at the time, and the ball joint had broke on me. We was a Crown Victoria, the ball joint. I had to go all the way to Brookstown. The ball joint had broke on me. This what made me stop using people's shit. I had the ball joint broke on me, and I had to go to DW, and I was like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't have the money at the time, but this ball joint then broke. Man, DW gave me that money, man. Told me to go fix that ball and go get this spanker. I got spanker to put that ball joint on there. We took that car and dropped it back off in Brookstown, and to make a long story short, that's when I learned not to be using other people's shit, because as soon as you get other people's shit and use other people's shit, that's when shit happens, you know what I'm talking about? Like for real, you know. But I'm just speaking up on from, you know, the police report and what Mr. Sergeant McNeely said, you know. I guess he was the homer. Shout out to McNeely, you know, this name is common because he be in a lot of things in the South Baton Rouge area, I guess, dealing with homicides, the spokesman for the Baton Rouge policeman, you know what I'm saying? Sergeant J.L. McNeely, you know. But when I say, man, you know, shout out to DW daughters, you know what I mean? Shout out to his family, you heard me? I really don't want to get too loose on this video or talking about certain shit I know that I really shouldn't be talking about. But if you do me something, hey, they say Mr. Southside Chronicle put it out. If you gonna die for something, shit, die for a cause. I mean, Southside Chronicle, this me. I don't care where you from the South. You wanna do a video with me, you wanna come have a sit down with me and talk, come do your thing, man. Come do your thing, man. I'ma let you talk. You heard me? Everybody know DW about his business down there. And I want to let you all know, from my point of view, that was my brother. That was my friend. He was solid in my book. There would never, ever be another DW. They don't make them like that no more. They don't make them like that no more. When everybody think DW was just out here living wild, DW wasn't out here living wild at all, bro. You know what I'm talking about? That shit you hear in the news or that shit you hear on these motherfucking blogs on YouTube, DW wasn't living like that. DW was going to school. DW was trying to get his fucking degree, with his license for his welding thing, for his welding trade. You know what I mean? Trying to go on to school for that. There's plenty of nights we done took DW to school. Me and Dope Boy, we in the truck, you know. Me, Dope Boy, DW, Fuja, all of we was family, man. It don't make them like that no more, man. It don't come like that no more, man. You feel me? The man was in school trying to do something with himself, man. That shit hurt me to death, man. When Fuja laid up there and called me back there. I'm in the back and heard, man, Fuja called me. Hey, good man, where you at? I say, shit, I'm in the back. He say, man, somebody just killed DW, man. And I had to walk down there to Thomas Dope Pit and see my dog laying up there by that pole. Slumped out. On the motherfucking ground. Shit. 3 days after my birthday, and he called me because I ain't go fuck with him on the 26th of 2017. Now I'm 40 years old. 3 years ago. So, you know, when you speak on DW, man, just remember the good times. Remember, bro, that he had goals for himself, bro, and he was a good person, bro. He loved his family. I used to talk to DW about his deepest fears, you know what I'm talking about? And he just ain't want to be judged. He wasn't ready to go, you know what I'm talking about? He wasn't ready to lose his life. But sometimes, you know, like a person say, you know, he talk about he was tired of hiding. I mean, you was in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really about him hiding. He just ain't want to be like he hiding. That was DW. He was built up on that. I don't feel like I'm hiding or I can't go where I go. You know what I'm saying? Just because things don't happen to you then don't mean that motherfucker ain't plotting on you or somebody trying to get with somebody else to do you something because they already know they ain't going to step up to you with them hands and do you something. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm going to go ahead and get off of this doggone thing because I'm not trying to be too long. I just wanted to give you the history and my life sharing with DW, you know what I'm saying, the real DW story. And for the people that want to lay up there, if you see this video and we want to do a DW part 2 or you want to come and give your comments on the lifestyle of DW, you heard me, hit me up, Mr. Southside Chronicles 2300 block, inbox me, YouTube me, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. Do what it do, man. I'ma keep dropping. And I know one thing, DW will approve of it, bro. He'll be proud of me, man. You know, but I'm gonna get out here and not even cry, you know, because I feel like I'm about to shed a tear, you know what I'm saying, because I be missing my dog. Kill me on my land, bitch! Southside shit, 4 down, man, and when you speak up on that main name, put some fucking respect on that main name. Mr. Southside Chronicle 2300 block, man. You check out the rest of my videos, man. I'm not about to stop dropping. I'm gonna keep going. And for you people that don't know about the content and saying I need to get this and get that and do this and do that, I am the motherfucking content. Mr. Southside Chronicles is the content, man. I'm not trying to do what everybody else doing. I'm gonna do what the fuck I do. You fuck with it, you fuck with it. Share it, like it, send your comment. You can come sit down here and talk to me. But this the DW That Trouble Do story. I'm done with this shit. It's over with. I'm out here. It's gone. For the people that they laid up there and they were supposed to be in cot or whatever on that shit, you know what I'm saying? If you did it, you do. I mean, that ain't what we talking about. So whatever you see up in the video for us the shit that they laid up there and they supposed to be in and cleared the DW murder case up or whatever, hey, man. But that wasn't what we here to talk about. It was the good side and the real life stuff of DW. And I'm gone, you heard me. Shout out to DJ, shout out to his family, you know. Much love to the Eli family, you know, and everything. And I'm gone, man, because I'm getting in my feelings right now, and I'm getting kind of tired up right now, so. Hashtag kill me if I'm lying, bitch! Mr. Southside Chronicles 2300 block, get that bag production, man. Facts of life moment, the DW story. One love.